I'm always muted. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What is cracking, man?
You doing all right, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear it, man. I love the colors in the back. Got the green and blue with the purple. What does that say? My skin color is not a crime?
That's right. I feel like for today, I should say my skin color is not a discount. You know?
What's going on with that?
Man, well, your story today with Byron Allen.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We are definitely going to get to it. And, we're not even 4 or 5 minutes in. We already have 37 people in the box right now. So I just want to say thank you to all of you real quick. And we already got some super chats that have come through. And we got, let me go, before we address that, let me go ahead and bring my second guest into the show today. Y'all know him, the king of anime. That's Mr. OneTakeBigDog.
What's going on?
There he is.
On, fellas?
How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, actually, no, I'm actually struggling, man, to be honest with you.
What's up?
I was talking to Larry about an hour before the show briefly, man, and I don't know if you heard my glasses story, but they got destroyed. I had to get some more. I got some more, but the prescription is just not right. And I'm struggling. I don't know. I was okay during the week. I know I had to go get them changed, but there's some reason yesterday and today it's just been trash. So I'm struggling big time over here. So I'm gonna try to get through this show and take care of this first thing in the morning. But I'm here, my brother. I'm here.
You know?
Yeah. But
he's gonna try and read today too.
What you say? What you say?
I said this gonna be you're gonna be clicking on the wrong tabs.
Man. Yeah. It's crazy.
We know he can try and read to be squinting with one eye again.
Yeah.
What's that say?
Yeah, exactly, man. I was honestly thinking about canceling the show, but I didn't really want to do that. And
nah, man, you're in show business now. The show must go on.
I know. But right before One Take was getting here, I was saying that we had some super chats already in the building from the. So I refreshed my StreamYard, and so I got to look at it on my phone. But we have the Wakandan Forever. He said, "Hey B, just got back from Army of the Dead, and that was fun." He sent in $2, and then Ocean's Truth and Wisdom sent $1.99. This SUES Batman is going to suck. And so we're going to talk about it, but because of those super chats, let me just say thank you real quick.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, I'll tell you before you.
Oh, and also we got another one from, and I can't pull it up because like I said, I refreshed my thing, but it will come through eventually. And let me see here. This is from D Weave. He said it's $4.99. Keep pushing, B Avery. Thank you so much. And that's what's up. So thank you all so much for the super chats. Let me bring in my third guest from the show. That is the stock market genius, Mr. Lamont, with Life Gains.
Look at that. Look at that.
Genius.
Yes, sir. You know it. He be giving y'all all the tidbits and the scoops and the ins and outs and all that good stuff. So, you want to holler at this guy right here. But just how you doing, though, my brother? How you doing?
Man, it's been a busy weekend, and I just want to say to everyone, no matter what you watched on TV, I know some of y'all watched The Chi. I know some of y'all watched Penn and Teller. I know y'all seen some good movies. The single best thing that came on TV this weekend was The Godfather of Harlem. They hit a home run. That shit was right. Do you hear me? It was better than The Chi. It was right.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it. I was almost gonna watch it, but this afternoon. But I was like, I couldn't get the full effect because the sun was shining through my window and hitting my TV with a glare. I was like, I don't want to black out the whole room. So I was like, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I'm gonna have to give the whole show another try because I think I've only watched the first episode.
Man,
it's good, man. You're missing out.
One take. First of all, let me Avery get this super chat because somebody said he's sexy as fuck.
Oh my God! Let me put the glasses back on. Who said this real quick?
Jamon is spitting. He's going for it.
Jamon, are you a woman?
No, man.
I know he's not gay, but still had to say it. Oh, come on now.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Hey,
I appreciate
love,
it, man,
man.
but I appreciate it. I appreciate it,
Where
but
the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Okay.
I thank you. Yeah, y'all
There
can
it is,
read
man.
it. Y'all can read it. Jamon, thank you for the $20. It
Yeah,
will be
live
well
on this
spent.
show
But
today.
$20. I feel like
Yeah.
$20 deserves like Dub C.
you
know?
should we give him the dubs?
Give him.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, Jamon. You know, I appreciate that from the ladies, but you know, hey, I still got love for you. You know, thank you so much for the super chat. But let me
love
go.
is love, man. Love is love.
Yeah, right on. This is happy love. Let me shout out these people on the super chat real quick. Like I said, the Wakanda Forever, Ocean's Truth and Gaming, SJ Evans, D Weave, Ghost Bike. Okay, now I'm caught up on. I can look at the screen now.
So there you go. Just so you feel good, Malia Lewis threw something up in there for you.
Okay, Malia Lewis, how you doing? SJ Evans, Maria Sharice, Nairis 21, Tamara C, SJ Evans again, Zia Latrice, what's good? How you doing?
Zia Latrice.
Let's see here. Breslin Howard in the chat. We got who else we got? Okay, Jaron 215 was good. DLHDBS. What does that mean? But thank you so much for being here. I really do deserve it. That didn't make no sense. I don't know.
At first I thought it said DHL, but it's DLH.
Oh yes, they deserve to die and hope they burn in hell. What we saying? A Time to Kill quotes. You know, I don't get it. But
I think DLH is talking about Godfather of Harlem, and I'm not going to spoil it, but something happened where they got their hands on some KKK members.
Oh, wonderful. I'll just go ahead and say real quick before we got started, the parts that I've seen of Godfather of Harlem were really good. I think I got about halfway through the first season and I was really impressed. I just got behind, man. And you know, I need to get back. I need to you know, catch back up. I just got so much to do, you know, but I mean, it's a good problem to have. I'm not complaining, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's fun doing what I'm doing. So anyway, guys, if you know, we at 10 minutes, over 10 minutes, we got 71 people in the chat, and I don't want to I want to respect everyone's time. So if it is okay with you guys, I guess we can go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
Cool. Well, guys, again, let's welcome to the Movie News Roundup show number 17, and we have a lot of great topics. Just want to let everybody know in the chat right now, go ahead and please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to read along all of the topics, I believe we have 8 today. I'm combining some, and everything is, all the links to the respective articles will be down in the description box if you want to read along at your own leisure. I'm coming to you live, like I said, Sunday, May 23rd, 2021 for the Movie News Roundup show number 17. Coming to you live on YouTube at Just My Opinion Reviews, Twitch at Just My Opinion Reviews, Facebook.com/Just My Opinion. And of course, you can follow me on social media at Just My Opinion 84. And you can follow everyone on their respective channels and outlets with their handles on the screen. Everyone's YouTube channel is down in the description box. And like always, you can always head over to my channel tab and you have the whole family, the whole gang right there. And so,
Avery, you forgot to give them a link to your OnlyFans page.
Oh, you know, I discontinued it, man. I posted a few things. You know, I wasn't getting that many hits, and so I said, yeah, let me go ahead and try to, you know, spend my money elsewhere. You know what? You know, spend my. I'm kidding, guys. I never had a OnlyFans.
They're gonna be up there right now searching for it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Lamont sounded like he actually believed me. You know?
Hey, I'm sitting here thinking, if you want more money, you should have been taking off more clothes. But
you know,
we may have to. We may have to. But guys,
let's about to do a Harlem Shake.
No, that. No more of that. No, sir. And guys, if you out there, I'm gonna do the best I can with these eyes, and I'm gonna be squinting like crazy. But you know, just bear with your boy, and you know, hopefully we can still have a great Fantastic show. And so let's go ahead and move on to topic number 1 for the Movie News Roundup show. And it looks like we're going to be having another sequel on the way for Hocus Pocus. When this came out in 1993, I was 9 years old. And I had a good time with this right here. And it's confirmed. I have the report from comicbook.com. It says Hocus Pocus 2 confirmed for 2022, and the original stars are returning. And I could not be happier. The beloved Sanderson sisters are preparing to fly once again in 2022 as the highly anticipated sequel to Hocus Pocus is finally on the horizon. Disney announced that Hocus Pocus 2 was in the works at Disney Plus original movie last year, but that was previously the only information given. Now on Disney's national streaming day, the company has confirmed a release year for Hocus Pocus 2 and revealed that the original stars are coming back. Hocus Pocus 2 will debut in 2022, and it will feature the return of Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kate Najami. Larry, I'm coming to you first, man, but what you laughing at over there?
You got a super chat, my brother.
I'm super chat asking about the Be Every OnlyFans.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me address Thank you so much, BLHDBS, $50 super chat, Be Avery OnlyFans subscription. Thank you. Y'all are crazy.
Avery, see, this is the great thing about your subscribers, man. You have people on one end. Last week we had a dude that was all upset because you played Where the Money Resides. He was like, "Here's a super chat, but I don't want that moist dude up in there anymore."
Right.
And this week you got somebody telling you that you're sexy as hell, and another person telling you they want your OnlyFans page. Man, you got everybody in there. You got the whole shebang.
I got the whole shebang, man. That's a blessing. I'm happy.
Exactly.
I am happy. No complaints. But Larry,
360 love, baby. 360 love. I think a Hocus Pocus. I'll be honest with you. When I watched it the first time, I thought it was funny. I enjoyed the movie, and then I kind of went away and forgot about it. And I can't say that it was anything that I was like, "Oh, I can't wait for a sequel." I mean, if it comes out, I mean, I like Bette Midler. Sarah Jessica Parker was, she's cool. I'll probably watch it if it's on Disney Plus. I'm not going to go to the theaters or pay for it, but I'll watch it if it's on streaming.
I got you. I thought you was going to trash this, but I'm surprised you said that. OneTakeBigDog, I'm curious, man, because I was 9 when this came out, and so I'm curious, have you seen the film, the original? What do you think about this news, and do you have any interest in it?
Yo, this is my favorite Halloween movie. I watch this movie every single year. Like on Halloween, it's like a Halloween tradition for me to like watch this movie every single year. I couldn't be happier because like I have so many fond memories for the first one. Came out in '93. I think I was just born when it came out. So like,
y'all making me feel old. Damn.
Yeah. And I think it works because, like, these are witches and they were older then. And so these actresses have gotten older now, but it's only going to play into the film. So it really doesn't, like, take away from anything. They age with the film. So, yeah, I'm absolutely loving this. And unlike Larry, whether this comes out on streaming or in theaters, I'm going to check it out.
Already. And before I come to you, Lamont, let me read this quote because they're changing directors. As heartbroken as I am that I won't be able to direct my friends Betty, Sarah, Jessica, and Kathy, and what is sure to be nothing short of a major event in Disney Plus due to scheduling conflicts, I couldn't be more pleased to be handing over the reins to Anne, who has brought so much laughter and joy into people's lives with her previous work, Shankman said in a statement. I am still grateful and proud to help shepherd this ingenious project as executive producer alongside producer Lynn Harris, whom I have loved and admired, as a colleague and a friend since she helped me get the job choreographing Boogie Nights. And they're speaking of Anne Fletcher is going to be the director. This is her right here. If you go over to her filmography, she has done some Varsity Blues, This Is Us, Hot Pursuit, The Proposal, 27 Dresses, and Step Up, which is a franchise that I do like. But I'm coming to you now, Lamont. How you feeling about all this news, man, with Hocus Pocus 2?
Okay.
Chill out. Y'all tripping.
How do I?
Let me grab it real quick. I'll take the money, though.
Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Okay, I told
It resides in my bank account. If you want to know, it resides in my banking and my money and my wallet. But thank you so much, Ocean's Truth and Wisdom. And what's up, Strictly Starlight? Lamont, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Now I had some crazy stuff I could have said, but I'm not. You know why I'm not going to say it? Because I'm a fan of Bette Midler. B. Avery, I had never heard of this until you sent this to me in the email yesterday.
Really?
Never. My Halloween tradition is the Garfield Halloween special. I never in my life heard of this. I didn't know anything about it. I had to look it up after you sent your schedule to me. I had to look it up to see what it was all about, where it was going. So if you're asking me, am I going to go see it in theaters? Hell no, I'm not going to go see it in theaters. I don't care how much of a fan I am of the women in it. Are we going to have the real Scarlet Witch in this? Nope. Are we going to have the other chick that was in the WandaVision show in it? Nope. And so for those reasons, I won't be seeing it until it come on stream for free. Now, I did read that it was great.
Yes.
I mean, everything I read said this thing was wonderful. It was bananas. It's a classic.
It's a fun, silly movie. Yeah.
But because I have no history with it, I'm not engaged with it. So I'm just going to wait like Larry's doing.
Okay. One second.
I'm taking these sisters over Wanda, Agatha, and whoever else. You
what?
Doctor Strange, whoever. I'm taking these three sisters over them all day, every day.
I mean, you act like they bewitched. I mean,
man, that's shocking. Well, just real quick, I just we're talking about where the money reside. It made $44 million worldwide, and you're like, well, it ain't no budget right there. But I think I have it here. The Wikipedia. The budget was, where is it at? $28 million. So it lost money, unfortunately. What does that say? It needs to make
3 times.
80 something. And so, unfortunately, it didn't make any money, but it was a 93. It was fun. If they bring it back, just don't spend as much money on it, and I think it'll be okay. But Lamont, since you said you never heard of it, bro, it's really just a silly, goofy Halloween movie. I mean, that's the best way to describe it right there. And it was fun,
But this market is a better place for female leads, and so to have sort of have a female ensemble cast like that, I think it'll probably do better in this era, in this time, than it did back in the 90s.
Right. I feel like it was kind of like a cult classic now too, for a lot of people.
And if you add elements of all the things we've seen with grunge, kind of the witch culture, if you add some of those elements to this movie, you might get. I mean, I could see it being $1 billion movie, honestly, if you can get all those moving parts correct. I think it could be a big movie.
I don't think it's going to be $1 billion movie, and here's why. It's because it's a comedy, and comedies don't translate well internationally. They just generally don't. A lot of the jokes that are made are because of cultural references, and when you go to places like China and India and some places in Europe, the cultural references don't make sense to people, and just so their jokes fall flat.
All they got to do is take this movie to China, anywhere else, and say and change the language. Say we hate America. Everybody will turn out. It'll be $1 billion movie. To America,
bro. That's true. That's
every other word.
That's really true. That's really true. Well, let's go ahead and move on over to the second topic of the day. I'm really excited about this, and I'm pretty sure you guys are too, because I can always get a ton more Batman. Yes, we are going to be getting a new series and a poster, and I'm assuming that Lamont is real happy about it. The way he is scoffing over there, but I mean, this is just amazing right here. But I have the report right here from the Hollywood Reporter, and OneTakeBigDog, I'm coming to you first after I go through this. But it says Batman animated series from J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves coming to HBO Max. But actually, before I go any further, I have a little clip that I want to play for you guys in reference to this, and here you go right now. Well, there you go right there, guys, with the news. Thank you so much to Hollywood Reporter. Again, since we're on topic number 2, if you're watching this on the live and the replay, I want to know how you feel about that in the comment section. Let me know. Give me that thumbs up, and you can read the article. One Take, how you feeling about all this news, man? The new posters that we are getting with this with J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, and also the new posters as well for the Matt Reeves Batman movie. How you feeling?
Okay, yeah, because that's a lot in that. But first of all, the announcement of the animated series, I'm super excited for because I'm a huge fan of everything related to DC as far as that animated. I'm a big DC guy, and like Batman, the animated series, is pretty much what got me in the comics in the first place. I didn't have like a comic book store or anything around, so I had the Adventures, Superman Adventures. And Bruce Timm coming back, that is also something I absolutely love. But this also tells me a couple of other things. The fact that they have Matt Reeves involved in, I think this is Warner Brothers saying, "Hey, we like what Matt Reeves done with the Batman film that's to come out next year, so we want him attached to that." And J.J. Abrams is also doing a lot of other things at DC and Warner Brothers. With I want to say Justice League Dark, and I think he's like attached to like Green Lantern in some capacity. And like this poster, I'm enjoying the poster too. The Kyle still kind of looks like weird in a sense to me. I ain't completely sold on it yet, but as far as like this Cape Crusader series, I'm super excited because, like I said, far as my opinion, I don't think DC has missed on any of its animated shows. When that it goes from Batman, the animated series, all the way to Young Justice and Teen Titans and everything in between.
Already. And how you feel about Robert Pattinson in the role as well? You know,
here's my thing. Robert Pattinson looks like a really great Batman. Only part about him that does not see, and it's only thing we have to go off of is the trailers. I don't necessarily like his Bruce Wayne. His Bruce Wayne seems to
100%.
Yeah, his Bruce. It doesn't like give you that suave, like that bachelor look feel, that smooth guy, and they seem to be one person, and that's not who Batman and Bruce Wayne is. It's like there's a reason people never suspect him to be Batman. Is because like the way he switches over into that role. So I need to. Granted, like I said, the only thing we have to go off of is the trailers, but I really hope he's able to like show both sides and not just be this one person throughout the entire film.
I feel you, man. And Lamont, I'm coming to you next, but let me read this quote real quick. It says, "We are beyond excited to be working together to bring this character back to tell engrossing new stories in Gotham City," said Abrams, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and Reeves, the Batman, in a statement. "The series will be thrilling, cinematic, and evocative of Batman's noir roots, while diving deeper into the psychology of these iconic characters. We cannot wait to share this new world." Lamont, I'm coming to you, man. How you feeling about all this?
Man, when I read this, my wood went so hard. I just went on ahead and nutted in 2 minutes.
Oh my God!
You kidding me?
The children.
I had double visions of my youth behavior because I used to watch Batman as a youth, and when I was a youth, you know, if a woman gave me some 2 minutes, I'm done. Well, that's what happened with this situation. B. Avery, this show, the Batman the Animated Series, won awards over real life series. It was so good. And I can remember it coming on Cartoon Network at midnight with Dragon Ball Z. Me and my homeboy after football practice, we would go get snacks from Walmart, holla at some honey dips, come back and watch Dragon Ball Z and Batman and just be straight chilling. So I am over the moon about this. I'm over the moon about the combination of people that are bringing for this. Bruce Timm, he's the man who did the original. The only thing I can ask for them to do is bring Kevin Conroy to voice Batman. I don't know if I'm going to get my wish on that. But I would love to see that happen. And I just cannot wait for it. And it looks dark. That Batman looks darker than the original Batman. And we know Batman's character is a dark character. And as far as the movie, I'm 100% with One Take. When I look at Pattinson playing this role, he looks great for Batman. But when you see anything with him as Bruce Wayne, it's kind of like, okay, this is not Bruce Wayne. Who is this? Like, bro, like maybe we need to get a stunt double or something. And the poster, I love the poster. I'm with the poster. But I'm just hoping that when Bruce Wayne came on the screen, he delivered, you know, I'm a rich guy, I'm that dude. And I don't see Pattinson doing. Pattinson seems so one-dimensional in this role. But maybe he'll fool us. Maybe we just got to give him some time. But in all, DC's cartoons and their animation have always been top of the line. And I'm excited for where they're going with this new chapter in the universe.
Right on. I love it. And Larry, before I come to you, I just want to read this other quote again. Batman the Animated Series was a masterpiece that shaped the perception of the character for an entire generation of fans, said Warner Brothers animation president Sam Register. It is in that spirit that we are bringing together three master storytellers in JJ, Matt, and Bruce, each with their own intuitive understanding and affection for the character, to create a new series that will continue in the same groundbreaking legacy. Larry, how are you feeling about all this, my brother?
I mean, I'm excited for the animated series. I'm not quite as excited as Lamont there, but
bring it on, baby. Ready.
But I am excited for the animated series. I did watch, I did watch the original one. I watched I watched basically all the DC animated stuff. I mean, that's their strong point. I'm still firmly believing that their live action movies are garbage, except for Wonder Woman and Suicide Squad. But other than that, I mean, I'm excited. As far as Robert Pattinson playing Batman, I feel like if he's going to play an American iconic character like Batman, then the next Bond needs to be American. That's where I'm at. Go get an American, give him an English accent, send him over to the UK, and let him be James Bond. Because I still believe there are some characters that need to remain American. America.
All right. Well, there you go.
I will say this though. I don't doubt it's going to be good, because when I watched Tenet, I wasn't all that impressed with what's his name, John David Washington. I wasn't all that impressed. I was expecting to be, but I wasn't. The person I was more impressed with was Robert Pattinson. I thought his performance was really good, and so I'm not expecting that he won't do a good job. I would just rather see somebody else in the role.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to bring this up. I hear you, man. This is a calendar. I forgot to send this to you guys, but calendars are important. They help you know what day of the week it is, and if you didn't know, and this is the Batman one, so I uploaded this, and I didn't want it to go to waste. So,
can I ask a question about that calendar though?
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
If you look up there in the top right corner, you see the look they have for the Riddler, and that's kind of very different from any version of the Riddler I think I've ever seen in comics or any other form of media. The only other time I've seen something that weird is like the DC animated movie Hush, where they had Riddler with a giant question mark tattooed on his forehead. But this look is very different, and I think it's been getting a lot of positive and a lot of negative reaction from fans just because it's so different from the Riddler everyone's used to.
Right on. Well, yeah. I got you, man. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the third topic of the day. And I know we talked about this on Friday, but it doesn't hurt to talk about it again, especially with one take. But Mr. Kevin Feige over at the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I apologize.
Considered one of the best producers in cinematic history, admitted that he made a mistake, with the casting of the Ancient One in the MCU. And to be honest with you guys, I'm glad that he came out and said something because something needed to be said. But anyway, I have the report right here from Deadline. It says Doctor Strange casting of Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One was a mistake, says Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. And if you just scroll down a bit, the controversial casting of Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One in 2016 as Doctor Strange was a mistake, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has admitted. Speaking to Men's Health for a cover story on Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, star Simu Lee Feige said the uproar over casting Swinton as the Tibetan magic arts guru was a wake-up call. And so let me go ahead and just bring this down real quick. I'm going to tell you exactly what he said. We thought we were being so smart, so cutting edge, Feige said. We're not going to do the cliche of the wizard, old, wise Asian man. But it was a wake-up call to say, well, wait a minute. Is there any other way to figure it out? Is there any other way to both not fall into the cliche and cast an Asian actor? And the answer to that, of course, is yes. Lamont, Let the people know how you feel about this, sir. How you feeling?
First of all, one take, anytime you want to come on a Friday to join our show, feel free, because we do a whole lot of beating up people. And Kevin Feige, even though I'm going to say I respect him for at least admitting he was wrong. Right now, we're in a society where certain groups of people feel as though saying that you are wrong or admitting that you made a mistake is weakness, and it's not.
Right
The
on.
question we have with Disney is, and Marvel, sometimes they go too hard to be woke and they trip over their own damn feet. And then sometimes you question who is in the room helping to advise you on issues dealing with your minorities. Because from Jump Street, somebody should have been sitting beside Feige who has enough power to say, that's a bad idea. That's just the whole, Kevin. Oh, I respect you, you my man, but that's just a bad damn idea. And I like the actress. I like this actress, don't get me wrong. But there's people in the community who was upset about it. And when it got cross seas, I've heard some people complaining that why you just couldn't get someone of the ilk to play the role. Now, I want you guys to think about the history of this country. There was a time when white people would put on black makeup to be black people. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still trying to turn the corner from some of that bull jive. And we respect and we revere Kevin Feige. He's made great moves in trying to show inclusiveness. But sometimes, I don't know, like I said, sometimes it's like they sitting at the table too long, somebody tie up everybody's shoes. You stand up and you fall. This was the moment they failed, but at least the man was organized enough to say he made a mistake. And going forward, maybe us minorities are going to be in the room, and when we speak, they'll listen.
Right on, right on. Before I move on to Larry, let me grab this real quick from Ocean's Truth and Wisdom coming with the money today. I really do appreciate it. Let's do this.
Yes! Yes!
Thank you so much for the $4.99. Can I possibly be the only one that's sick and tired of both Batman and Spider-Man? Now that they have access to all the characters, start repeating them. I'm on the fence with that comment. I am. But thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it, Ocean's Truth and Wisdom. And Larry, before I come to you, let me go ahead and read this second quote real quick. This is from Marvel. Marvel has a very strong record of diversity in its casting of films and regularly, I can't see that because of my logo, from stereotypes and source material to bring its MCU Marvel Cinematic Universe to life. A statement issued at the time said, the Ancient One is a title that is not exclusively held by any one character, but rather a moniker passed down through time and is the particular film that embodiment is Celtic. The statement added, we are very proud to have an enormously talented Tilda Swinton portray the unique and complex character alongside our richly diverse cast. Swinton herself said that the casting her in the role was an attempt to avoid offensive racial stereotyping, avoiding this kind of Fu Manchu ancient man sitting on the top of the mountain called the Ancient One. They made this decision to try not to perpetuate those racial stereotypes. So, of course, these statements was made at the time of the casting back in 2015 and 16. But going back to you, Larry, how you feeling about all this, man? How you feeling?
I mean, it seems sort of ridiculous and I mean, extraordinarily tone deaf. But this is, I mean, it's just, it's one of those things where it's like, this is how you, I mean, it's good that they recognize they did something, you know, wrong, and he's apologizing for it. But it's one of those things. It's like it is so completely ridiculous that it should have occurred to him in the moment. Mm-hmm. And if it didn't occur to him in the moment, somebody at some point should have stopped him and said, "Hey, wait a minute, man. I know you're the boss. I don't want to get fired, but you can't do this. This is just a dumb asinine move, man." And don't get me wrong, the woman that played the role did an excellent job. She did. She's a fine actor, and phenomenal. So anytime you take a fine actor and you put him in a role, they're gonna do a great job because that's what they do, you know. But it doesn't mean that they should be in that role just because they could play it well. You can find another actor that can play it well. And this whole idea of, well, we were trying to avoid the stereotype of the old ancient, Asian dude and Fu Manchu characterization. They said they were trying to avoid that. all that could have been avoided with simply just a little bit of change in the way they wrote that character. They could have had the dude be a young Asian woman who wears a hoodie, you know, and rocks Timbs, and they're all surprised, like, what the hell? And they're looking at her like, what the hell? Because they're surprised. They're like, you don't look like what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be some old wise Asian dude. She was like, no, they could have even written it and made a joke, been like, you know, like, don't try and stereotype me, you know,
and
don't
then
try and box me in.
And to make it worse, they tried to make the background Celtic descent. Who hates African Americans and Asians more than Irish folks? Come on, y'all. Come on, man.
Right.
What the hell?
They could have done that so much better. And I mean, even if they decided they were trying to get away from the typical Fu Manchu character, they could have at least made it an Asian woman, you know?
I just
want to say this, first of all, to Hollywood. I want to say this to anybody in Hollywood. If you are trying to become politically correct, what you do not do is take an ethnic character and make them white. Period. Exactly. Just whenever you get ready to do that, just stop right there and know that you have done something wrong already and don't go forward with it anymore.
Right on. That is a good rule to stand by. One Take, how you feeling, man?
I guess I gotta just kind of like agree with the panel, but it's more or less because it's one of those things where you're not knowledgeable of the character. So I actually gotta commend them from coming out and like admit their mistake, because if we're being honest, for a lot of people who don't know the history of the character or how that character originally is in the comics, it probably could have just like skated by. But the fact that they acknowledged and like, we messed up and we know we did. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of got to give them respect them for that in general. But obviously, when you do stuff like this, and it's so many films that has happened in, it's just like I also feel like we're crossing a time where like we're gonna see less of this. I don't think it's completely done, in all honesty, because there are some people, some actresses or actors who are going to take that check regardless of what, you know, and there are some like, you know, producers who don't care. But I do think we were like crossing the time where like more people will like recognize these things as that happen. And so, you know, and like I said, we get more people in those rooms who will just be like, dude, nah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I respect them for like coming out and admitting that they were wrong.
Yeah, that's my sentiments. That's exactly what I said on Friday as well. I was just like, you know, at least the dude came out and admitted that he made a mistake, because I just can't remember off the top of my head how many times producers, directors, writers, executive just come out like, oh, you know, we made a mistake, and he didn't have to do this. No. You know, they're the most successful in Hollywood right now. So that is good. You know, right there, it lets you know that, you know, these are not perfect people. They're human beings. This is a job, and you know, they make mistakes just like everybody else. So, you know, I'm not tripping on that. So,
could you imagine if they did that to a black woman? Could you imagine? Let's just say this. Let's say that they were going to go ahead and in the next Black Panther, they're going to bring in Storm. And they were like, well, we didn't want to do the whole typical angry black woman whose eyes light up and she gets angry and starts blasting lightning at people. So we went ahead and made her a white redhead, you know, from Scotland.
Yeah,
and we gave her a Scottish backstory. People would be like, "This mother," you know.
Yeah, I don't think that'll get far at all.
No, that's not.
Kevin
Feige wouldn't even let that go. But while you're speaking about Black Panther, Larry, B. Avery, I'm gonna ask all you guys: does this give you guys any hope that maybe Kevin Feige is listening and will recast a new T'Challa in the future, or does this make you fearful? So, does this make you fearful about recasting the T'Challa?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's the fact that he's coming out and admitting this knows it shows, I guess, what one of y'all said earlier, that he may be a little tone deaf. You know, which is surprising. So he's like,
it also says that he's willing to backtrack.
Right. Church, yeah, there you go. So
but I think that's actually like a good thing, though.
Yeah, I was about to say that would be a good thing, right?
Yeah. A little bit of both. So, you know, there we go right there. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to topic number 4, and we're doing quite good. And you know, it seems like all these streaming platforms are winning with the new content, but the original top paid TV providers are losing.
Good for them.
They are losing, man, and they are upset, and they just like, what's going on, man? We was once at the top of the world, but you know, not anymore. What's going on? And I don't know if I should say, you know, I feel sorry for them, but I'm really eager to hear how you guys are going to feel. I'm gonna come to Larry first because he sent me the article. I have the article right here from cordcutternews.com. It says top paid TV providers lost nearly 1.9 million customers in Q1 of 2021. As more households trim their monthly entertainment budgets by cutting the cord and choosing on-demand streaming services, paid TV providers continue to see a decline in customers. Leishman Research Group found that a large paid TV providers in the U.S. lost 1.8 video subscribers in Q1 of 2021. And just real quick before I come to Mr. Larry, just goes on to say pretty much the same thing. I think paid TV net losses of 1.9 million in Q1 2021 were similar to the net losses in Q1 of 2020, said Bruce Leishman, president and principal analyst for Leishman Research Group Incorporated. Over the past year, top paid TV providers lost about 4.7 million subscribers compared to a loss of about 5.1 million over the prior year. Larry, how you feeling about this, man? I know you have some streaming apps, but you know, how you feeling? And do you still have pay for TV subscriptions?
I do. I still have cable, and
did not know that.
One of the reasons why I have cable is because by the time you pay for your internet service, it almost doesn't make sense not to have it, because so much. I mean, it's like once you add in the bundle pricing with the internet, it becomes cheaper to have cable than it does not to have it when you start looking at what you might have to pay. Because like right now, I don't pay for stuff like, you know, like Showtime or HBO Max or you know, Epics. All that stuff is included in my package. So I mean, to me it's surprising. You look at that number, and I know they're constantly losing subscribers, but to lose 4.7 million or whatever it was. And there maybe people some looking at that like that's a good thing. Like, oh, well, they lost 5.1 last year. They only lost 4.7 this year. They lost 4.7 million subscribers in a pandemic. I mean, they lost them in a time when everybody was locked in their house doing nothing but watching TV for months on end. And that just does not bode well for them at all. And the thing is, I think that's really important, that they need to get through their skulls and figure out a way to reprice this stuff to entice people to actually get their service, is that you are actually starting to have an entire generation of people that were, forget cord cutters, they were never corders. There are people that have never had, no, that's what they're calling them. They've never had pay TV. They've never had a cable subscription. They've always had streaming services, or they've used some sort of other IPTV or something, that they've always figured out some other way to watch their TV, and they don't care about watching stuff live in real time. They time shift everything, so they don't care if they're watching it, you know, while it's actually on, or if they DVR'd it, or they're watching it on Hulu or on Netflix or whatever. They don't care. And I think if you don't get these people locked into your service at an early age, you're going to have them moving forward with the mindset of, not only do I not need this, I don't want this, because it's just another expense, you know?
Right on,
and other people look at, like, I don't know, if I imagine your parents probably have cable, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And they would probably never want to go without it, because it's like, I don't want to deal with the hassle of dealing with all these apps and trying to figure out if my stuff's going to buffer if I get some IPTV service. Like, I grab my remote, I turn it on, boom, I can watch TV.
Yeah, they definitely still have it. I think my dad was supposed to retire last year, but he decided not to because it was locked down. He's like, well, if I retire, I can't go nowhere. and I'm working from home, so I might as well keep working from home. And I was like, I guess that makes sense. So yeah.
Is that how he sounds, or is that just your generic dad voice?
I think that's just my generic dad voice. One take, I'm coming to you next. Actually, before I come to you, I have 116 people in the live right now. Thank you all for being here. Again, this topic is down. The link is down in the description box if you want to read along. And I only have 74 likes. So if everybody can please give me that thumbs up to help the video, to help the algorithm push this video out. It's a great way you can support this channel for free. Thank you. One take, how are you feeling about all this? Do you still have cable?
Did you want to catch that super chat first?
Oh, I didn't even see
Infinite
it.
science.
Let me grab it real quick. Let's see here. Forget about Fu Manchu. Let's reimagine Ming, the Merciless, and hashtag Mace Windu survived. I wish I had some Star Wars stuff, but I got M. Bison. So, no, I got Martin. Here you go. Thank you so much, Infinite Science. I do appreciate it. And thank you.
You have to find a Lando Calrissian clip to play.
I do. Eman has some good clips as well from his show on Friday. But one take, how you feeling about all this, man? How you feeling?
It's right now. I don't feel like it's too surprising. Well, no, I'll take that back. Because what Larry said, mentioned, they lost all of these people while we were in a pandemic and nobody was leaving their homes. Well, most people are leaving their homes. So I think, but I do honestly don't think this will last. And the reason I don't think so, because people are going to start looking at how much they're paying for with all these different streaming services. And I do think these cable companies are going to come up with a way to like include a lot of these streaming services in their package. That way they're going to bring in a lot more customers. And then once you get this generation into like actually paying for cable or because they include all of these packages, I think those numbers are going back on are going to rise again. The only issue though is the fact that so many people share passwords. That's probably the biggest thing that they'll have to like overcome, because I don't have cable, but I have like YouTube TV, and it's pretty much like the same thing. But I don't pay for it. Like I have a group of friends where we all pay for one subscription, and everybody like has, and we always get the highest package, so it doesn't matter how many people are on at the same time. So it's kind of smart.
That's smart.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't see how. I do think the cable company is going to find a way to like get multiple like streaming services in their packages where people are going to look forward to. But at the same time, it still does not solve the biggest problem with people sharing passwords to a lot of these streaming services.
I feel you, man. Well, there you go. You got a plan. I like it. Lamont, how you feeling about all this, man?
I'm feeling like Larry was too humble with y'all. When I first met Larry back in 2016, me and Larry was both doing cord cutting information. As a matter of fact, the guy who y'all got this article from, I helped him get his punk ass started in Michigan doing cord cutting. And now he's done gone on and got a subscriber base over 200,000. Me and Larry both was in this game in 2015 when Larry had a different channel with 200,000 subscribers, showing people how to, in essence, I'm not going to say pirate, but how to get around loopholes of net neutrality to stream stuff for free. My channel went from 5,000 people to 75,000 people doing the same thing. And during that time, cable was losing people then. And the reason why cable was losing 5-6 million people a year is because they forgot to adapt. And this country is supposed to be based on free market capitalism, meaning that monopolies are kept at bay, because the more you have competition, the more it spurs creativity and the consumers pay less price. Cable had the monopoly on the country from 1969 all the way to about 2010, and they didn't want to give it up. And so now all these other companies got rights to access. Some of these companies start saying, you know what, we'll cut out the cable company and we'll direct to consumer. And now the cable company is in this quagmire where they're trying to catch back up. I disagree with One Take. Cable is screwed because what's holding on to a lot of people is what Larry is doing. People are holding on to cable because you might as well get it because you're getting your high-speed internet from them already, and they give you a deal with the phone and the internet and TV that makes it cheap. But here's the problem. 5G is coming out. T-Mobile has 5G that runs great in my house, faster than my cable internet. That's $35 a month. And if you pair that with any of the other streaming services, you're cheaper than cable already. You're cheaper than cable. So
I think that's the thing. When 5G kicks in, like you said, that's going to be a problem for the cable companies.
It's a problem. And the cable companies are not trying to do anything to adapt, except for a few. So AT&T is one of these companies that has cable, they've got phone, and they have Warner Brothers. And I've seen somewhere where Spectrum is now trying to purchase one of the major studios that does content. So maybe what we're going to start seeing is these companies integrating into other media formats to try to make up for their dumbasses not adapting to free market capitalism, which they claim they love when they're a monopoly, but hate it when it's kicking them in the butt.
Yeah.
When do y'all think 5G is going to pop off?
It's started now.
Here.
It's now, but I guess for mainstream and everybody's going to have it at least one more year. By 2023, it's going to be available for just about everybody.
They still need to do some more. They need to advance the technology a little bit, because one of the problems with 5G is that it doesn't carry very far. And most people don't want to have a 5G tower every 400, 500 feet in their neighborhoods. Most of these neighborhoods have like one or two towers around that you don't really see because they look like trees or something else. But 5G would require a lot more towers in order to get the signal to carry everywhere, because it just doesn't go very far.
And that's they give people them same contracts where if you got land, we'll put a tower in your house on your land and pay you $7,000 a month for 20 years. You'll see a lot more towers. They called me and tried to offer me some skinny package to do the same thing. My lawyer's like, hell to the no. No, we know you got more budget than that. Call him back if you still want this land, when you're going to be offering him at least $8,000 a month. So what Larry's saying is 100% true, but it just comes down to how fast can they roll out those towers.
Right on. Let me grab this real quick.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay.
Ernest Holloway, what's good, my brother? $5 super chat. I had a Cody box. I was able to see everything for free.
See?
Man. The Cody boxes, boy. They were selling those things on Amazon. They were no joke.
Lord have mercy. Lord.
Thank you, SJ Evans, for $2. Did you hear that Warner trying to sell DC to Marvel? I saw that article earlier, and I saw where it was coming from. I don't believe one iota of that. Just to be honest with you, I mean, I would, if I'm wrong, I'll come back and apologize. But I would just like keep scrolling. I'm just being honest. So yeah, and I do apologize if I cut somebody off with what y'all was saying. But good points all around. Any more comments on this right here?
No, I think we're good. I mean, it's just like you said, it's just a matter of time for the technology advances. Then it'll give people more options.
Right. Cable got to get their act together. They want to keep winning.
Right on. Well, guys, let's go ahead and move on to what topic is this? This is topic number 5. And it's kind of crazy. I said no Mexicans allowed.
Oh God!
You were playing with fire with these thumbnails, boy.
I mean, look, that's what the stories say.
Boy,
baby. But hey, it is what it is. But that's what we got. Salma Hayek, who is going to be one of the Eternals in the next Marvel movie. And she has some discrimination against her, man. And I got the report right here, and I'm actually coming to you first, Lamont. And it says, this is from People. It says, Salma Hayek says she was not cast in my goodness gracious. Salma Hayek says she was not cast in 2 big comedies because she is Mexican. So I mean, the thumbnail fits. I mean, it's accurate. But Salma
That's
Hayek,
messed up, man. That's just messed up for real.
Damn.
Salma Hayek, who stars in the upcoming Hitman's Wife, Bodyguard, and Eternal, said that she was discriminated against in Hollywood early in her career because she is Mexican. And it is horrible. Salma Hayek is opening up about the discrimination she faced as an actress in Hollywood because of her Mexican roots. And her new cover story in Variety, the Oscar nominee 54 recalled auditioning for the lead role in 2 big comedies only to be turned down. And I have this right here from her. Afterwards, the directors told me that I was the best audition and that I was better than who they cast and that they regretted it, Hayek said. But at the time, they knew the studios wouldn't have gone for a Mexican as the lead. Hayek continued, if you are a woman and you are in a movie, it's very, Hayek continued, if you are a woman and you are in a movie that is very successful and they say you are their favorite character, they still will give all the credits of the box office to the guy. They don't count who you're bringing into the theaters. Lamont, how you feeling about all this, man? I know it's messed up, but how you feeling?
Salma, welcome to the club that Black people have been complaining about for years. I certainly hope that when we have these rallies and these protests for equal justice, that your ass is on the front lines and you are telling people that you're going through this same thing. I mean, look, we know that this exists. She is a phenomenal actress, beautiful person, and from by all accounts of what I've seen in her interviews, she's pretty cool. And when you hear this stuff is happening to her, it just lets you know to the degree of where it's happening to everybody else who is even darker complexioned than she is. And she's got the chops. She said it right there. And what she should have done was out at the studio, out at the movie, and let us know who got the role so that we can have a better grasp of who they picked up instead of her when we know that she can act her butt off. And so she needs to be one helping lead this movement that we need to get a little bit more people in these higher positions in Hollywood saying, checking folks, checking directors, checking the movie producers, saying, look, we're going to go at this one because she's talented. She can do the job. I don't give a damn if she's from Mars. I don't care if she's blue. She can do the job. She has a draw. Put her in there. Let's go. Because we have seen people who have been shitted on in place of someone who has lesser talent, can't hold the role. I'm not going to say Jason Momoa, but I'm just saying people in that same ilk. And having said that, I'll pass it to Larry.
Yes, sir. he memorized the order. Had it written down. Go ahead, Larry.
Oh, man.
Funny. He got cameras in my house now. Go ahead, Larry.
Ditto? No, I don't. I mean, yes. I mean, we know that stuff happens in Hollywood all the time. It's not a big surprise. I don't think anyone's surprised by it. The thing that bothers me is when the producers are saying, well, we knew that the studios wouldn't go for a Mexican actor in the lead. I feel like you have to make the ask. Like maybe they shoot you down and they say no, but you can meet with them and say, look at the screen test. Just look at the screen test of the people that we're considering and tell me that she's not the best one for this job, for this role.
Exactly.
And if they still say no, then okay, no worries. We go with the other one. We already have a backup. I mean, it's not no worries. You still want to, still there's a problem if they say no because she's Mexican, but to just simply say we don't think they're going to go for it, and so you don't even make the effort. It's sort of a cop out. It's really sort of a cop out.
You know what, Larry? I don't mean to interrupt you, but this kind of sounds like when you at a friend's house and you ask, like, hey, ask your mama, can I stay over? And they say, nah, she going to say no anyway. That kind of lets you know that they didn't really want you to stay in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
good point.
It's just like I don't know. It's just a real messed up situation. But
hold on, I'm gonna let you talk because I'm coming to you next. Let me just read this quote real quick. It's the next quote. In my case, I was already a very big star in my country. She added, I was bringing the Latino market into the theaters. I know some of the studios knew that, but they didn't want to accept the value of a Latino market at the time. My bad. My bad, my brother. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's just like I said. It's just a super unfortunate situation when stuff like that happens, and it hurts you a lot because, well, I know it hurt her, and like other people this has happened to, because you work your ass off to like get to a certain position, and you know that you're the best at something, and you still don't get the gig simply because of your skin color. Like it is incredibly frustrating. And if I'm her, only reason I think she didn't out the 2 movies is because she probably has a relationship with the person they cast. Other than that, I do not think she wouldn't came out and said something, because I think anyone else in that position, you say exactly what those 2 big comedies were, especially if one of them, let's say one of them or even both of them weren't that good.
Right.
People would immediately like boost, like, oh, she should have been cast in that. That would get more attention on her. They would probably get her another role. I mean, scripts would be thrown at her even more. I just honestly believe that the only reason she didn't do it because whoever was casting those roles, that she has a working relationship or a friendship with.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Right on. And this last quote real quick. It never crossed my mind to be in a Marvel movie, how I tell variety. I guess that I thought that boat had sailed, and it was an absolute shock. All of a sudden, I got a call. They want to talk to you, but about a new franchise. And I was like, what? Why? And then I said, okay, but they don't tell you any information until you're on the call. And so that's just her saying that, after going through this, she's just happy now that she's, being led in a new Marvel movie. And, that's just dope. She's just real thrilled about that. So,
this is one of the things, that's so important about Marvel building out a cinematic universe, is that there's so many opportunities for different types of people to get work and to get their shine, because you can't build out a universe with just white people. The universe doesn't exist with just white people, and Marvel doesn't have just white people in it. So you have to cast people that are going to be black and white and Asian and Hispanic and whatever else is out there. And I just think it gives people a chance to shine. And luckily, it seems like right now over at Marvel, we have people that are actually willing to do that and give people significant roles, not just bring people in and pepper them in the background and give them 1 or 2 lines and then say, oh, no, look, see, we have black people in there. And they give them one, because they used to do this in the movies all the time. They give somebody a little tiny ass role, and then they would put them all over the billboards in the black neighborhoods thinking that they were like the star of the movie. Then you go see it and they have like 1 line and 1 scene, and then you feel like you've been ripped off. At least Marvel's not doing that. Marvel's giving people a real shot.
Right
on.
Or you show up to the scary movie and the black people die in 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, we already know that. That's a given.
Well, guys, before I move on to topic number 6, I have to make a quick adjustment. And so I'm going to take a little 60-second break. Don't go anywhere. It may not even be that long. Just sit tight and I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
Oh, Lord. Hold on. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for your patience. I really do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and move on to topic number 6. Has to do with my boy Byron Allen, the billionaire. Has looked like he has a lawsuit, like he is going to be suing McDonald's, and I think he has a good reason. And I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say about this right here. And so I'm gonna come to OneTakeBigDog first, and I have the report right here from, what is this? USA Today. And it says McDonald's sued for $10 billion by Byron Allen on networks alleging racial discrimination in ad spending. And before we get into all of this, I have a little clip that I want to play for you guys, and here it is right here.
Thanks, MK. New tonight, media mogul Byron Allen launching discrimination accusations against Chicago-based McDonald's. A new lawsuit filed by two of Allen's media companies claims the fast food giant refuses to advertise on black-owned TV networks, including the Allen-owned Weather Channel. According to Bloomberg News, the suit claims McDonald's spends less than 1% of its ad budget with black-owned businesses. McDonald's response: they plan to more than double ad spending with minority and women-owned businesses over the next few years.
What the fuck?
There you go, guys. What you laughing at?
They just admitted that they're doing what they claim they're not doing.
Yo,
Yeah.
I told be more careful, man.
Right,
Look,
right.
the only way they try to support blacks is putting damn Kevin in the commercials, sending him to college when I was in high school. Larry, you remember Kevin? Don't you remember Kevin, Larry? They had
from
Kevin,
McDonald's, yes.
Yes, in the McDonald's commercial.
And he would open the letter with his McDonald's scholarship.
Yes. God told BMO, Lord.
No, keep going. Keep going.
I'm done, man, because this is asinine, ASA 10, ASA 20. McDonald's has been guilty of this shit for years. And the only time they want to deal with minorities is when they want to placate minorities, when they want to ostracize minorities. With Kevin, they was in a lawsuit, which was the whole reason why we had Kevin in McDonald's in the first place. Then they tried to align themselves with A$AP Rocky and one of these new rappers I don't know nothing about. Y'all know these rappers.
Items.
What is his name? I don't know. But
Travis
all these rappers
Scott.
Sound like T-Pain. Yeah, Travis Scott. So they tried to align with him because this lawsuit was coming down the pipe. So that would have been another way for them to say, we're working with minorities. I mean, at the end of the day, people, it would be best if you, whenever you can, send your money to places that deal with minorities doing good things. I have stock in a couple of minority companies. CB1 is a black company that does big things. Do I own any stock in McDonald's? Hell to the no. And it's because of stuff like this. They've been doing this. As a matter of fact, if you ever read or watch the story of McDonald's, check out how the original McDonald's owners are not the owners. The guy who had the land screwed McDonald's, the original guys, out of the land. And that type of behavior has been what McDonald's has built as their bread and butter. And they clearly telling you they don't care about minorities because they just told you in the news report. I don't know whatever else you need. Big one take, I'm so sorry, but I just remember the Kevin story. And I'm thinking to myself, seeing his black ass in there ain't about to make me want to go flip no fries like I'm going to get a scholarship. Take it one take. I'm sorry.
Listen, LeBron, I can't say anything better than what you said. Like, when they literally come out and admit it in the exact same thing, like, yo, like, there is no making up for that.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, God.
It is not. It is not. Hold on. Let me grab this super chat real quick. I don't even know what it says. He's going to be cussing at everybody. And hold on.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, I hope it's safe. Wisdom, $4.99. Why would anybody be surprised about bias and discrimination in Hollywood? And many of them grew up in the same communist communities as racist police and doctors. Right on. You hit the nail on the head, Ocean's Truth and Wisdom. So, you know, thank you so much for that. I got to hop in here. On your point, Lamont, about the original owners, man. First of all, I haven't really, I mean, McDonald's, the fries are good, but I haven't eaten at McDonald's in a minute. It's just not healthy. And so I just tend to stay away. I'm not trying to knock anybody if you eat fast food, but it's better than McDonald's. So I don't support them. I could have sworn there was part of the companies that make profits off of prison slave labor. I could be wrong, but so that's another reason why I literally can't go there, because you know you're enslaving black people in prison. Another thing, after you see the movie The Founder, like he was saying, bro,
right?
Oh my God, that Croc, bro, he was a devil, man. He was a demon. Just no remorse, stole the company. It was just, I mean, they were very naive. And if y'all haven't seen The Founder, please watch it. It is a great movie.
Please.
But this dude said, man, he's like, man, this is capitalism. This is competition. He's like, I don't care if my enemy is drowning. I would put a hose down his throat and smile. I'm like, how can you say that about another human being on some competition? That's ridiculous. So
I'm here to tell you, B. Avery, it's real in the Ville with a lot of businesses like that. I've been in the business game and they talk just like that. It's real out there, man.
Yeah. So Byron Allen calling ass is out. Larry, jump in here, man. How you feeling?
First of all, I just have to say shout out to Byron Allen for all of you out there wondering, like, how come black people aren't owning networks and doing the Byron Allen just quietly started acquiring TV networks and not really saying anything. And I think part of the reason for that is he looked at some of the other high profile people out there that were trying to buy networks and they got it shut down because the white establishment was afraid of them having that. And I think Byron Allen realized if I want to own a network, I'm going to have to do it quietly. And then just have it and exercise all of that power and influence from behind the scenes. And so he did. But snap!
Okay, it must be something nice. Let me. Oh my God!
You gotta give him the dub. You got
the can you do this one for Paul Mooney? Yes. Review Bamboozle. Hold on. What's I can't see a goddamn thing. Hold on. Let's do Will Smith. Is this Will Smith? Thank you so much for the super chat. Can you do this one for Money Review Bamboozle? $5 super chat from Round the Pavement. Lamont, my system is acting like yours on Friday, man.
I know, man.
It's going crazy. $100. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're going in.
You got to give him the dub, baby.
I got to give him a few things.
Got to give him.
I got to do this.
That's the best right there, boy.
It is. Dub, $100. You all keep it up. A W with a dub. Thank you so much, W. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. God, dog.
Loving that.
Man.
Right.
And I was having a conference call with Larry about the computer and stuff. He trying to get me right. Man, this is wonderful. I forgot who was on, man. Who was talking?
You was talking.
I was talking.
You was talking. You was highlighting the people that they should go and watch The Founder about McDonald's.
Oh yeah. Do that. They're monsters, man. It broke my heart, but it's a wake up call just to let you know just how sinister and evil and nefarious these business owners, these devils, these demons are. You know, you can learn a lot from it, and I will just never forget that scene, that quote, just and just the ending of the movie, how he just stole the company and just didn't give a damn. I mean, now again, like I was saying, the original owners were a little naive. You know, you can't just be that stupid, but at the same time, you know, I'm looking at 60, 70, 80 years of research, while at the time, you know, they didn't have all those examples, but. OneTakeBigDog, have you seen The Founder?
I have not seen it yet.
Put it on the list. Put it on the list.
Put it on the top 5.
Yeah, put it on the list. And this don't got nothing to do with nothing. Put also Shawshank Redemption on the list. Please put that on.
I see Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay, good.
And I
got one more capitalism story you need to put on the list. Wolf of Wall Street, if you ain't seen it.
I love Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Already. Well, I'm sorry, Larry. Did you gave your 2 cents on this too, right?
I don't know. Did I? I don't think so. Anyways,
no.
I will say this, man.
That's messed up. Go ahead, Larry.
I will say I did give a shout out to Byron Allen for owning his networks and getting that cracking. I will say this though. I think that I think it's shameful and utterly ridiculous that they try and lump in his networks with as if it should be a part of some sort of urban budget with the Weather Channel.
Right.
Just because a property is owned by a black person does not make it some sort of urban product that needs to be categorized in a differently. It's It's the Weather Channel.
It's the Weather Channel.
It's the weather. I mean, there's no black and white, and if it rains, you know, unless you're a black woman who just got her hair done, it does not. The weather does not make any difference if you were black or white. And the Weather Channel is just the Weather Channel. It is. I think that it has not changed since he bought it, except for the fact that they stepped the production values up of that network way the F up.
Yeah,
you know, and so. I mean, that to me is shameful that he has to even deal with that. What I do hope happens, since he's suing him for $10 billion, I hope they settle out of court for like a good billion, because that will probably make up what he lost. I mean, I don't know if he would have made a full billion from there, from McDonald's alone, but I think that it would set a good example. He would get some of that money that he should have gotten, and it will make a good example out of McDonald's to let them know you cannot do this crap.
Can't do it.
You know?
Mm-hmm. What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay.
Oh, that's true.
That's why I was saying at the beginning of the show. Right. That's why I was saying at the beginning of the show, I should have this thing where it says my skin color is not a discount, because you should not be able to get black advertising dollars. You know, you shouldn't be able to get advertising black networks on a discount. You should be paying brothers what you pay everyone else.
Yeah, probably should be paying more, to be honest with you.
Let me read this real quick. Whenever they claim that the studio won't like something or the fans won't support something, who they're really talking about is like-minded racists. Right on. There you go.
And you know what the problem with that comment that he's saying? What happens is that a lot of the people who are racist, some of the racist comic book geeks, in other words, they get up there on Reddit and they get in these forums and they start talking about this, and they get all bent out of shape, or they get on Facebook or Twitter, and they're very vocal. So they may be a minority, but they're a very vocal minority. And that just causes a problem, because then the studios start to pick it up and they hear it. Other people are saying, "Oh, did you hear that conversation, or what's been going on online? So and so's all upset that they're casting this black person or that black person." And it just could be a very small minority. The vast majority of people may be very excited to see something new and fresh and different, but they're not going to get up there and scream that, because
they're chilling.
They're chilling.
Right. And B.A., I know you're trying to move on, but I just got to say this.
No, you're good.
Some of the very anti-recast T'Challa rants are coming from these racist groups on Reddit. And to think that Marvel would even listen to that or entertain that should just tell you where they're coming from. They're not coming from a place of love. They are trying to now use Chadwick Boseman's death as a pogo stick to say, well, you should respect him and the character and not bring him back. Bullshit. You don't want Black Panther coming back because he was a great role model for black men. Period.
100%.
And they're trying to do this divide and conquer thing too, because I've seen out there where people are trying to make it seem as if black men just don't want a black woman to shine, because they're saying, well, why can't Shuri be Black Panther? Why don't you want to see that? Why can't a black woman shine? Why are you always trying to hold us back? And it's ridiculous. And it just shows your ignorance towards the comics. So you're trying to talk about what should happen based on comic book material, except you don't know the material. And two, you can have Black Panther Shuri and Black Panther T'Challa because it already exists in the comics.
Right.
You know, you don't have to get rid of one to have the other.
And let me go ahead and shout out some other fellow black YouTubers in the chat right now. We got Black Gay Comic Geek. Exactly. Pay us all the things. Damn near all pop culture comes from black folk. Yeah, white folk people profit off of it. This dude makes good videos. Go check him out. And also, my sister, Miss Taisha Essex. And this is I'm gonna throw this wrench in here because this is people do feel this way. I haven't talked about it, but I believe Byron is only out for himself and using the grassroots to further his selfish motives. Now, shout out to Taisha Essex. She's on my channel tab as well. Go subscribe to her channel. She's on code also. But also a lot of people feel that way about Byron Allen. They're just not sure. And I didn't want to speak on it because I just haven't done enough research. But he also sued Comcast a couple of years ago for even more for kind of the same reasons. And he won in court. I believe it was over the 1866. I'm going to say 1865 civil rights. Yeah, 1865 Civil Rights Act. But I think they was able to cut a deal.
1965.
There's an 1865 too, though.
Okay,
That's two. I didn't, and a lot of people was like, people thought talking about 1965, but there was an 1865 one too, and so I think they came to a settlement. But a lot of people like Judge Joe Brown, other pundits with a lot of subscribers on YouTube were just saying, okay, we love Byron Allen, but I mean, like, are you only doing this to try to get attention? Because here it is right here. He was in court. This is a picture of him standing outside. And all these black people were supporting him, and some people felt like he was just really didn't care for the black movement and was just using them to help push his agenda. So I don't know. It's definitely something to look into. I'll say that. But shout out to those people too.
She's right though. There is some merit to what she's saying. I understand a little bit of what she's talking about, and y'all might crucify me for this, but I feel the same way about the Reverend Al Sharpton to a degree.
Oh, hell yeah. Man, are you serious?
To a degree, yeah.
Bro, you took the words out of my mouth. You good.
So it's kind of like you want that megaphone he brings with you because you galvanize the group and you get them together. But in the same way they're talking about Byron Allen pimping out race, in essence, is what they're doing. He does that to the hilt. And there is some truth to what she's saying, B. Avery. There is some truth. Yeah. A little bit of it anyway to what she's saying. So yeah, good post.
Oh yeah. See, I don't know what Byron Allen is doing, to be honest with you, to help brothers and sisters. I don't know, because he seems like he moves very, very quietly. Like he does stuff, but he moves in silence. And people often say real G's move in silence. And so for all we know, he may be hiring black folks and have executive training programs for people. I just simply don't know, because he's not out there advertising that. He's not out there saying, look at me, look what I'm doing. Because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people get up there and they want to talk about the community, and they want to talk about everybody else, and they want to throw up their arms and say, look at me, look what I'm doing. But there's other people who just simply do that shit and don't ever say anything about it. They're not looking for the accolades. They're looking to get they're looking to get the gap closed. And so sometimes if you put yourself out there and say, look at me, people will try and shut you down.
Yeah. And so I'll say this, and then we can move on to these last two topics. Like, I mean, I want to support the brother. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, you just look at history. You just don't know. Somebody in the comments said that he's part of the Boule. If you don't know about the Boule, please look that up. Also, I am not a billionaire, and so how much? There you go, Larry. How much weight does my word? This man is in a whole nother league of me financially, so it would be kind of silly for me to be like, yeah, he needs to do this, and so I just trying to stay in my lane at the same time, and so there you go. I think I clicked up. Thank you, brothers. I appreciate your logic and all these matters and respect your observations. Already, Tyson. She's a good sister. Go subscribe to her channel. But let's move on to topic number 7. God, I can't see. And this is a big merger right here, man. It's the big one. It's a big one, and I can't. This dropped last Monday, and I can't wait to talk to all of y'all about it. Got a new mega company coming through, changing up the game and all this streaming stuff, and it's crazy. It really is. I have some comments. I can't wait to laugh about it, because I thought that this company was doing something crazy last year. But I'm coming to Larry first, man. I got the report right here from Deadline. It says, I got 3 reports. AT&T's WarnerMedia and Discovery to merge to create a new company led by David Zaslav. He is the CEO of Discovery. Also, David Zaslav and John Stankey, the CEO of AT&T, outlined plans for merging Discovery and WarnerMedia, addressing future of Jason Kilar, the CEO of WarnerMedia, CNN streaming, and also this mega billionaire right here. I think he's like 10. I think he got like 10 billion. Barry Diller dubs AT&T's WarnerMedia sales the Great Escape, plays telco for string of business flops. And so, this is freaking hilarious to me. And guys, a link to all these articles is down in the description box below. But as y'all know, WarnerMedia made the asinine decision to release all of the 2021 films on HBO Max and theaters at the same time, which is, he said brilliant, which is crazy, which is a horrible idea. So I wonder if this has something to do with it. I bet it does. But Larry, I'm coming to you first, man. How are you feeling about it? It's my brother. How are you feeling?
I mean, first of all, I have to say, I think it was a brilliant idea to release all those movies.
Oh, Lord.
You know, because they not only did it give people stuff to watch during the pandemic and generated a whole lot of goodwill towards that company.
Hold on, Larry. I'm so sorry to cut you off. I didn't even set this up right. AT&T owns WarnerMedia. WarnerMedia owns Warner Brothers and also HBO Max and a number of other large companies. Here's the thing right here. AT&T bought Time Warner in 2016 for $85 billion. $85 billion. Also, but things are not going well, so they're selling the company right now for $43 billion. And it looks like WarnerMedia is going to be teaming up with Discovery for a new company. That's why I said it looks like they're going to be some new mega company. I can't believe I left all that out right there. And so AT&T will no longer own WarnerMedia, and WarnerMedia and Discovery are combining into another super company. And these articles are just talking about how this transaction is going to play out. There you go. I'm so sorry, Larry. Please proceed, my brother.
Yeah, no problem. I don't even remember where I was at now. So
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's all good. I mean, I'm okay with it. I was listening to the new CEO, and he was talking about that Discovery has things that they simply don't have, you know. And that's one thing that's important about any merger is you want to bring something in from that other company that you are lacking, that you don't have, that you either need or will help you grow your company faster. And some of the stuff that like all those Discovery shows, all the documentaries and the the wildlife shows and all of the other things that they do over there. I mean, it's just gonna give them more places where it can be seen, and I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. I'm waiting for now someone to decide they need to go ahead and merge with Nat Geo, so that they can pick up the National Geographic network, because that's just I feel like that's prime for the pickings too. I don't know, maybe HBO should or not HBO, maybe Showtime should do it. Get it over there with CBS and Viacom.
I got you. And one take before I come to you, I just want to read this quote. This agreement unites two entertainment leaders with complementary content strength and positions the new company to be one of the leading global direct-to-consumer streaming platforms, said AT&T CEO John Stankey. It will support the fantastic growth of the international launch of HBO Max with Discovery's global footprint and create efficiencies which can be reinvested in producing more great content to give consumers what they want. During my many conversations with John, we've always come back to the same simple and powerful strategic principle. These assets are better and more valuable together. It is super exciting to combine such historic brands, world-class journalism, and iconic franchises under one roof and unlock so much value and opportunity, says Zaslav. Again, he's the CEO of Discovery. With a library of cherished IP intellectual properties, dynamite management teams, and global expertise in every market in the world, we believe everyone wins. Consumers with more diverse choices, talent and storytellers with more resources and compelling pathways to larger audiences, and shareholders with a globally sealed growth company committed to a strong balance sheet that is way better positioned to compete with the world's largest streamers. One take, how are you feeling about this new deal mega company that's changing the game in streaming?
Honestly, right now, kind of nothing, because I feel like they're saying all the right things and everything, but that's every single time somebody buys or merges together. They always say the right things, and personally, I don't really have a take until I actually see some later on down the line. We actually see some actions and how they gonna revolutionize the game or do things different or give us some thing we have never seen before. Because like I said, right now you just got a good mouthpiece.
All right, right on. Yeah. Now, before I come to Larry, I have to say this right here because Barry Diller, this cat right here, he is an American businessman, chairman and senior executive of IAC Interactive Corp. If you look at his net worth, it says that he owns $6.1 billion. And he was kind of laughing about this. Like he said, it's the great escape. And I think I have it's a quote right here that I want to read. Yeah. They drove Jeff Zucker out the building. They drive out many of the talented people, and then they say, never mind, and they sell it. Diller told CNBC in an interview from Little Island, a new park that opens today on the edge of Manhattan's meatpacking district. Diller conceived of the project, and he and his wife, Deanne von Furstenberg, donated $260 million to build it. Now, apparently, he doesn't agree with this. I just think it's interesting that they just dropped the ball. I mean, they bought this company for $85 billion 5 years ago, and now they're selling it for half that. You know, I mean, that is a cluster F to the utmost degree. Yeah. But Lamont, how you feeling about this, my brother, with this crazy new company and AT&T giving them the axe?
Well,
actually, hold on. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me grab the super chat real quick.
Go for it.
Ocean Shooter was in $4.99. Marvin and Stan Lee always intended to be inclusive because both Magneto and Professor X were based off of two black icons, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Thank you so much for the super chat. I don't know. Well, thank you, man. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But go ahead, Lamont.
Well, this will be my last comments. I have to go. I'm being bellowed to give a bath, and y'all know who's calling me. I've got a little Thanos in this house. But I'm glad you saved this for me, B. Avery, because this all comes back to people know that me and Larry, we discuss stocks, and this all comes back to the shitty leadership of John Stanky at AT&T. Like you just read it. He dropped the ball. You're basically losing $40 billion in that first deal you did under his leadership. The shareholders, and I was a shareholder until I started seeing the ship was going down. The shares have gone down a little bit. The stock itself has gone down. And as Dillard said, and I typically don't like Dillard because he can be a straight asshole, but I will agree with him on this. And he was on CNBC Friday. He's absolutely right that Stanky is trying to make a great escape because he's been a horrible CEO for AT&T. They tried to merge with T-Mobile, didn't work. They just said hell to the no. They couldn't get it done in the court. Then they did that last deal, lost money. Now they're doing this, and I do not see how this is supposed to make the shareholders feel any better, how this is going to help the stock and the organization grow as a whole. AT&T phone services is getting their ass kicked. They're not doing nothing really new with 5G. So it's like he's got to give the shareholders something to feel excited about. And if you are a shareholder in this company, why would you get excited about this? This is not going to help you. This is not going to do anything for you when the stock had a pandemic year where it should have rose and it went up like 3-4%, where everything else in this respective group went up like some 35%. So I took all my 200 shares I had in AT&T and their dividend, and I gave it to Verizon and T-Mobile. And this is nothing more than a ploy by Stanky to try to get the heat off him because he might be about to lose his job. Simple as that.
Well, my brother, again, I know you say you got to head out. Thank you for the lovely comments and the time. I do appreciate it. If you would love Lamont, you can follow him on social media. This links are down in the description box and also over on my channel tab. I know you got to get out of here, so thank you so much for showing up, my brother.
Baby L snaps her fingers. Baby L snaps her fingers, and Lamont goes away like the blip.
It's a snap. It sure is. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m. live. All right, fellas.
All right, my brother.
See you, man.
See you. You have a good one. You have a good one. Fellas. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the final topic of the day. We got another big deal coming up, and I'm really interested in what y'all have to talk about it. I mean, what y'all have to say about it. And so let me I can't see. Okay, I can see. But again, guys, we got a new deal, another new deal. This one is going to be between Amazon and MGM. And I have the report right here, and I'm gonna come to you, Larry, first. It says Amazon said to make $9 billion offer to MGM, Metro Golden Mayer. Amazon is weeks into negotiations on the deal to acquire MGM for about $9 billion, industries tell Variety. And Larry, how you feeling about all this, man? Are you happy with this? Do you have Amazon Prime? Are you into MGM? What do you think about this?
I do have Amazon Prime. I do watch Amazon video. Prime Video, and to me, this makes perfect sense. When I saw this, I was thinking, yeah, this makes sense if you look at it over the long run, because Amazon was trying to get the rights to James Bond, and MGM was asking for what, $600 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look at this and I think to myself, I was thinking someone's gonna buy them. They're gonna ask $600 million for this. Someone's gonna think to themselves, why am I going to pay $600 million? I'll just buy the company, and then I can put out the next 6 James Bonds and plus everything else, and I'll be good. And sure enough, that's what it looks like they're trying to do. So, yeah, I'm cool with this. It makes perfect sense to me. I think we're going to see Netflix doing the same thing, where Netflix has been buying all this or licensing all this content. I think we're going to see Netflix probably not long after this try and acquire a studio and their catalog as well.
Right on.
Or their library, I should say.
And it says right here, Amazon currently has more than 200 million Prime members worldwide, and Jeff Bezos recently told investors that 175 million of those stream Prime Video content in the past year. The company clearly wants to turn Prime Video into an even bigger habit for customers worldwide. And a quick way to do that would be to stir MGM's extensive library of titles into the mix. They got over 4,000 film titles that include, like you said, James Bond, Hobbit, Rocky, Creed, RoboCop, Pink Panther franchises, as well as movies like The Silence of the Lamb, Magnificent Seven, and Four Weddings and a Funeral. Four Weddings and a Funeral. But guys, as you know, the full link to that is down in the description box if you want to read ahead. So go ahead there. But One Take Big Dog, how are you feeling about this? Amazon has all that money. They're trying to spend $9 billion. Tell me how you feeling.
I think this. I'm more excited about this one than the last one, simply because I enjoy a lot of Amazon's content, and when you get all these properties, I think, to me, some of their movies are hit and miss, but if they're good, they're good. But as far as their series go, I think, to me, they have some of the best quality, and they're very, very consistent with it as well. Mm-hmm. So if you take some of these MGM films and you maybe give like series to them to like flesh out more things. Think about a RoboCop series. Like there's a lot of different like properties I think that work well for as far as like Amazon Prime. So yeah, I definitely think this right here is a win for Amazon if everything goes through.
Think about a Moneypenny series in between the James Bond movies. That would be dope.
Really?
It's just so. I feel like there's so much they can do to kind of, honestly, kind of like how Marvel does with like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Wanda and stuff. You can possibly do that with Amazon.
Yeah,
like there's room for it.
I did want to say, I saw Robert Reed was asking, he said, doesn't Netflix already have its own in-house studio? Wouldn't it be better to own that out than maybe buy some theater chains? And I'm not talking about them buying a theater chain. I'm talking about them buying a studio. Like what we're talking about here with MGM and Amazon. Amazon's talking about buying MGM, so they're going to own all of that library, all the films that MGM has made over the last how many ever decades. They're going to own that, and they're going to be able to put all that content right there up on Amazon Prime Video. Now, they may have to wait a little while because sometimes these movies get licensed out and they may have, it may be HBO Max or Netflix or whoever has a license for them for, a year or 2 years. So it may take time to get all those licenses. That's the same thing Disney was going through, is getting all the rights back to all their properties. But once you do, Prime Video already has an extensive library, and if you just add that much more to it, it's going to make it that much more compelling of a property to have. And I think what they could, because if you've paid attention to Amazon over the last like decade or so, you'll recognize that they're willing to put out. They're willing to use loss leaders to get people into their ecosystem. Like they will put out a Amazon Fire tablet that maybe, it may cost them $36 to make it and they sell it for $35, because they're trying to get everybody into their ecosystem. They'll do stuff like that, or they'll take a very small profit or no profit just so they can get people in, because they know once they get you in, you're spending money elsewhere. And I could see something where they could say, you know what, we're going to release these MGM movies on Prime Video the same day they're in the theaters, but in order for you to watch them, you actually have to have an Amazon device. You have to have an Amazon Fire Stick or an Amazon, Fire Cube or a Fire TV, actual TV, or maybe you have to have a Fire TV tablet or something, or the little Fire tablet. They may say that you have Amazon Prime, but if you have to actually have a device so that you can watch it on the same day. And then maybe after a period of 30 days or something, then they move it over to the main streaming platform. So
right on. Well,
there's a lot they could do.
I'm cool with it. I just think that it can only, get better. I like Amazon Prime. All the titles that MGM has are fantastic to me. And so if they're going to be combining, it's not my money, so I'm not tripping. So I'm cool with it. Any other thoughts on that?
No, man.
All right, cool. Well, guys, that is the last topic of the day, and that will conclude the Movie News Roundup show number 17. And I want to thank you guys so much. Again, if you want to read the articles down below, you can. They are in the description box. And I'm going to come to you first, Larry. Just let all the people know, man, what are your final words, sir, and for the day, and what do you have going on your channel?
Yeah, man, still reviewing tech, and I have a few things I need to get to. Someone sent me a juicer, so I need to go buy myself a whole bunch of fruit so I can do some juicing and make this review. I know it's crazy, right? But hey, figure why not? Have some fun with it. Yeah, man, just I have a few things that are coming in that I'm excited about that should be kind of cool. I have a review of my new pocket knife that I'll be editing, soon. I have this thing which is kind of cool. Me and B. Avery were talking about knives the other day. Yeah, man. I do want to say for people, exactly. I want to say for people,
join the knife club, one take.
Well, or get a chain, and then we can rumble. We can go to a rumble, But I do want to tell people, if you have not already, please, and again, please go get vaccinated, go get your shot, protect yourself, because as soon as we can get up to to herd immunity, if it's possible, the sooner we can all get back to life somewhat, a normal life to some degree. So get your vaccine if you haven't got one yet. I have mine. I haven't died yet. If I do, then I'll let you know. But other than that, man, I think everyone's gonna be okay. Just get the shot.
Right on. And OneTakeBigDog, what are your final words, sir? And what do you have going on your channel?
Listen, I say this often. But I'm gonna keep saying it. Like when I say cherish the people around you, make sure you do that. Like that person you haven't hit up, call them. Just let them know you're thinking about them. Like make sure you tell all your loved ones that you love them, because that's truly important. This week is gonna be a chaotic week because I'm just watching a lot of random shows that I haven't caught up. Got some anime reviews. My Hero Academia, Dragon Quest. Later in the week, I have my reviews coming for Cruella and A Quiet Place 2, which I'm excited to finally see. So yeah, it's gonna be a chaotic week this week.
One thing, how was Cruella?
Oh, I haven't seen it. No,
you haven't seen it yet. Okay.
When I go see it.
Okay, I thought you were working on the review. I thought you had seen it. You were working on it.
No, not yet.
Yeah,
I don't got those special privileges yet.
I'd
be like, hey man, if you need some help, just holler at me. So you scratch my back, I scratch yours. But
you've seen it, right? Because your review's up, right?
No, it's not up. I have the link to see it, but I haven't had time to watch it yet. I'm gonna try to watch it tomorrow when I clock out of work for the day job. Right now, I'm finna go to the grocery store, and when I come back home, I'm gonna try to watch In the Heights.
That's the new one with the Hamilton.
I have been hearing great things about that.
Yeah, so some people's reviews are up, so I'm gonna watch that later on tonight. I still have to get my review up for Jupiter's Legacy. It is recorded. I still have to get my review up for Game Kings of the definition of game that is recorded. I still got to get my review up for Buck Breaking.
Yeah.
In the Heights, like I said, and Corella. Those will be coming this week. And so, yeah, there you go, guys. And just want to let you know, again, Larry and OneTakeBigDog's YouTube channels are down in the description box. You can always follow all of us on social media. Our handles are on the screen right here. And again, if you head over to my channel tab, everybody, the whole crew is right there. And like I was saying, Taisha Essex was in the chat tonight, and there's her channel right there.
Bam is growing.
Yeah, go check her out. Go check her out too. She has a lot of great videos and a great perspective, you know, especially on Black people's plight as well. But guys, again, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Movie News Roundup show number 17. I will see you guys next week. And again, don't forget that my name is B. Avery. That is Larry, and also Lamont. And that is just our opinion.
Big dog.
One take big dog.
You said Lamont.
What?
That's a Lamont
dog.
Yeah,
my fault. My bad. Again, before you go, don't forget that my name is B. Avery. That is Larry, and One Take Big Dog. My bad. One Take Big Dog. All right. I'll see you next time, guys.
Peace out.